Good morning, Vice President Pence. Thank you for having us this morning. Great to see you.
Welcome.
Before we talk about the substance of the speech, a lot of folks are talking about the tone. It was a much softer tone. He had a lot of the same points we've heard before, but there was no American carnage. There was no dishonest media. Did you or others counsel him to dial it back a bit?
Well, first off, it was a great speech. And more importantly, Lester, it was a great night for America. What the American people saw is the president I serve with every day. Broad shoulders, a big heart, and he laid out a specific agenda, which is the agenda that he ran on when he was elected in November. It's an agenda to repeal and replace Obamacare, to rebuild this country's infrastructure, to have better and smarter trade deals, to rebuild our military, to get the economy
You're right.
He's
talked about a lot of those things, sometimes in a very combative way. He wasn't last night. So back to my question, did you or others counsel him to bring it back?
Well, I would tell you that the president that I saw last night is the president that I've seen every day since I joined this campaign. He's a fighter, and when it comes time to making his case to the American people and fighting for what he believes in, he brings that case and he brings it strong. But I think maybe it was just the context, the unique nature of an address to a joint session of Congress, that the American people got a look at the president in full. They saw his strength, they saw his compassion, they saw his determination to move this country forward with optimism, and I just couldn't be more proud to be some small part of it.
To the extent, though, that he was able to articulate his vision in a different way, does it make your job easier? Have you not gone as far as you can with executive orders and are now facing the really tough work of negotiating with Congress?
I think what the president did last night is what great presidents do, and that is he laid out an agenda for the Congress and for the American people. But then he also laid out specifics. Look, the president made the case that we need to repeal Obamacare, that it's hurting American families and stifling our economy. People have seen premium increases of more than 100%. Insurance companies are fleeing these exchanges. So making the case against Obamacare was first. But even more importantly, he laid out a framework, Lester, for the Congress and said, here are my principles. As you look at replacing Obamacare, here's how we'll make a better health care system in America. And that's exactly the kind of leadership that will guide the Congress and guide the legislative process to a better future.
He had also talked about Obamacare would be one of the things he would do day one. That obviously hasn't happened. He said recently that, wow, it's a lot more complicated than anyone thought. And I know many people in this town will disagree with that. Matt brought that up to Speaker Ryan yesterday, and it said, well, he's more of a chairman, more like the CEO of a company, and I've got good people. Are you one of those people that are going to work his ground game?
I'm humbled to be a small part of it. I think one of the reasons why the president asked me to join the team last summer had something to do with me not only having been a governor, but also having served in Congress. But make no mistake about it, I think that last night represented a moment where the president, in an unfiltered way, was able to present his agenda to the American people, to present both his strength and his heart. And it gives me great confidence that we're now going to be able to move this country forward, hopefully in a bipartisan way. I mean, the president started last night on what truly unites us in this country, is in condemning the hatred and anti-Semitism that has emerged in acts and in threats in recent days. It was an important moment, but he also ended the speech, Lester, by calling on Republicans and Democrats to come together, to set aside the trivial arguments of the present day and move toward that 250th anniversary of our nation's founding with hope and optimism.
All right. Well, Vice President Pence, thank you again for your time. It's always great to see you, sir.
Thank you.
All right. And Matt and Savannah will send it back to you in New York now.
All right. And Lester, we expect to see you with another interview tomorrow morning here on
Let's not make this a regular thing.
Thanks, and thanks to the Vice President.
I sure will.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.